start broadcasting. There we go. Let's see. We'll make sure the audio stuff is good. My microphone levels are fine. Man, this setup is really ghetto. This is beyond ghetto. But that's how it's gonna have to be for now. We'll get this music started.
Just realized it's 30 minutes, so it's probably not going to be the whole podcast anyway. So unless you want to in the middle of the thing, just go and repeat it, I guess.
We can do that.
All right.
We can do that. All right, so there's probably negative people watching us right now, but that doesn't matter. Today, well, before we get into that, let's go ahead and do the usual thing. We introduce ourselves. I guess maybe not introduce ourselves, but see how we're doing. How you doing today, Jake?
Doing good. Been a fun Tuesday. Kind of a lazy Tuesday, but happy to be here. Talk about more Fire Emblem. So.
Never a bad day to talk about Fire Emblem.
Never a bad day.
So I'm doing pretty alright myself. It's been a long day. I've been waiting to do this for a while, and I'm excited to, but I'm also excited to go to sleep. I've been dreaming about my bed all day. All day.
I feel that.
But not going to spend too much time on that. Today we're going to be doing a Fire Emblem Engage tier list, but not just any tier list. It's going to be a tier list on character designs. So, when this game was first announced, there were definitely some complaints about the way the main character looks. And I was among those people. I'm not going to get into too much right now, but yeah, people were not happy with what they'd seen of how the characters looked. And while I certainly still do have my issues with design philosophy as a whole, I will say that the designs themselves were not as bad as I was initially anticipating. And
yeah,
so
I would honestly agree with that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of let's just say there's a lot of reasons that there's a lot of memes about the Alear design. So
yeah, there's
Pepsi-chan.
back in those leaks all those years ago, if you remember that. I remember seeing that original leak with female Alear, and you only see her from the back, hair being two different colors, and we all thought it was fake. No, it was not fake. Oh, well, I'll say it's not so much that all the character designs in this game are bad. It's just the range of character designs from good to bad is much wider than it usually is. Usually it's skewed in one direction or the other, but in this game it's like you got them all over the spectrum, which makes it pretty interesting to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it feels like, and then you can almost kind of separate the actual character designs with the ring design, because then the ring designs, it's like we almost have an expectation of how they should be designed, considering we've seen them before. So it actually makes it even more interesting to talk about, because then we're talking about, oh, did they make it better than the previous design? Or even in the case of some characters like Marth or Ike, then you're comparing the Smash design and the Path of Radiance design with this design. So it's,
yeah.
Then you dive into more of a rabbit hole.
Well, I'll say, since we have an idea about how they should look, critiquing them will probably be a bit easier on the bright side. But I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. Alongside the portraits on the tier list, I do have the character portraits and another tab that I guess we can go back and forth between. I did try really hard to find the full character models, and I could not find them anywhere at all.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to pretend as if none of these characters have legs for the rest of this tier list.
Yeah, unfortunately, because apparently the design was never actually made with full character models. So unfortunately, the only characters designs where you can see like the other bottom half of the characters is really through the game, and that would require a lot of screenshots. So
A lot of screenshots, and it will require a save file where you've just beaten a level and you're walking around on the field and you have all that. Yeah, no,
yep.
it's just not happening right now. Maybe eventually in the future we can revisit this, I suppose. But for the time being, again, none of these characters have legs. So why don't we go ahead and we start off with our main characters. That would be male and female Aleer. How we feeling about these designs, Jake?
Well, they're both kind of average, I'd say, but I do give like a slight edge to the female Aleer design over the male Aleer design, just because the whole facial structure to me feels more, I don't know, proportional, I guess you could say, and it feels a little bit more rounded than the male design. That also being said, like the male design isn't that bad either, but it's just like more of like a slight advantage I would give them. But in in general, both of them are kind of like B average to me, to be honest.
Wow, B. That's
Yeah.
that's higher than I give it.
No, I completely understand that because I'm also one of these people that likes splashy designs. So I don't mind the splashy design. I didn't exactly just like the models themselves, and I also don't like the whole white with gold kind of thing. I don't mind the white. I don't like it when it's mixed with solid like luxurious gold colors either. So that's more of a me thing.
Uh-huh. So where I put this, I'd probably put it on the lower end. I think this is one of, if not the worst design Fire Emblem main character in the series.
Yeah,
It's
compared
just
to others in the series, it's definitely not the standard that most people were looking for either.
yeah, it just I understand why they made the red and blue a thing, but it's just the design itself is too much. It doesn't really work. If I had to choose between the male and the female, I probably would go the opposite. I'd choose the male just because the hair is less hectic. There's only like one or two streaks of the opposite color.
That is true, yeah.
Whereas with the female, it's just kind of all in there.
Yeah, and you know what? That's actually a good point because I have actually noticed that like if when you're walking around the Somniel and you see the amount of hair that's on the back of the Lear and you're constantly walking around, it kind of bothers you that there's like a red streak in the blue streak, and then there's like a blue streak in the red streak, and it's like right down like the middle all the time, and you constantly see that as you're walking around the Somniel. So it's like a little bit of a nitpicky thing. So I could also see that for sure.
Yeah, the half and half is already, in my opinion, not the best design choice. I think there are a lot of different ways they could have went about this, but just it being like even more hectic than it already is conceptually to start with is like, I can't look at this for very long. Besides that, I think they're doing a little too much. So like you've got the white, the gold, the red, the blue, and also black for some reason.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, that's what I was kind of saying. The color scheme to me doesn't really make that much sense, to be honest, because it's just kind of, it's like you kind of said, it's like all over the place. Like mixing white with gold, and then gold with black, and then there's the red, and then the blue, and there's just, you could have just gone with more like of a two color scheme look, and then just that's it.
Yeah, I do like the white being like the main color of the outfit to sort of bring balance to the rest of like the kind of hectic design. I think that was a good choice, but where they chose to place all the accents is like they could have toned down like the red lining outside of the cape I think is too much. I think they could have just left it with a gold accent and then the inside of the cape be red. Because I like the inside being red. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Take the black, whatever those things are, armbands off.
If they made those white, it'd be like 100% better already. But even then, you don't need those.
Yeah, or like make them any color that's already on him, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Like anything that's on him. They could have been all gold, and I would have thought it was a little tacky, but it wouldn't be this.
Right.
And then they also have blue mixed in there. Blue being on the body is fine. Since we can't see their legs, it's a little hard for people to... I mean, I'm sure you guys will remember. But he has like those suspenders, but like on just his leg straps.
Yeah.
I think we get rid of those. And then all the little accents here in the center, I think we can get rid of those too. If he had just the lining down on the sides, I think that would be fine.
Yeah, I think that would have been much better, honestly. But like overall, this design is just kind of, it's just too much. And,
Yeah.
It definitely could have been better. It's definitely not the Fire Emblem standard that we're used to. But most of this game, you gotta you kind of already found out that it's really, most of this game is not really much of a Fire Emblem standard. So the designs themselves kind of are aligned with that too.
Yeah. Now I tell you what may have gone kind of hard. If let's say he has on a shirt, a jacket, and then a cape over the jacket. If you made...
Oh, I could see that.
So like you make the main shirt blue. You make the jacket and the pants white. And then the cape, the cape stays the same, except, again, you remove the red accents on the outside and just leave the inside of the cape red. I think that could work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even then, you still have to get rid of the black.
And I think like the promoted design for this character isn't that much different either, but it does just kind of add more black to it, if I remember correctly. But there's just, you know, the promoted design too. It's just kind of, it's still a lot more. I feel it's actually even worse because there's even a lot more going on in that one than this one. Actually.
Yeah, and he's got the forehead thing on him now, and it's like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
It's like,
yeah, nah.
Yeah, this game is full of splashy stuff, but like sometimes it's too much splash.
Yeah, I agree.
In general.
I definitely agree. So go here and I guess we'll put them in the C tier since you said B, and I would have probably put them down in D. We'll equalize it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, and the next one we have Vander. So, I think this is standard Fire Emblem design. I mean, it's good.
This is a solid design, yeah.
It's good. It's not super over the top. I probably would have gotten rid of the spikes on the shoulders. I think those are a little too much.
Yeah.
But all in all, not amazing, but good.
It's a solid Jagen character design, to be honest. So it's like, you know, it's you weren't expecting something too great, but it's really solid for what it is.
Yeah, like you could replace Marcus with him, and I would feel like, yeah, okay, that works. You know.
Yep,
not that I would ever replace Marcus with him, because one of them is good and the other one is not. But as far as designs go, yeah, I definitely appreciate how his facial structure is so explicitly different than everyone else's as well. Strong jawline, a nice beard.
Yeah, and I think it matches with his English voice too. And I think that's an aspect that I really like is that a good design, a pretty good design matches up with a good voice too. I think for him that it fits very perfectly to the way he's designed.
Hardcore agree.
They'll definitely think average. I'm thinking probably B tier.
Yep.
At the end of this is probably going to be like mid to low B tier, but still B tier.
Yeah, this is a nice starting point where it's like, this is like, you can't go wrong with this,
Yep.
but you can do better. So, nice baseline to judge everything else off of. Next one we have was it Clan?
Yep. Clan.
Um, it's okay. I kind of like that he has a shirt and a vest. I'm not sure what's going on with the sleeves. Like, is this?
Yeah, I do not like the bulky sleeve look for sure.
Like, it's
I
in.
do like the vest. I just wish it was not the beige color. Like the beige color just kind of looks. I want to say boring. Just kind of. It could have been. It could have just been a better color, to be honest. But even then, like in the Somnial, I would just you change it to a rare vest design, and it's just like his design is already instantly peak. So it's like the rare vests are great, but like this vest is just not. It's not working for me. Like yeah,
Honestly,
and it mixed with the bulky sleeves, I'm not the biggest fan of that.
honestly, if you switch the vest and the sleeve colors, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Cause like the vest
They
is,
just make
it's like this is where your eyes are gonna go first. You know.
right, exactly.
So you want that
Yep,
green to pop.
Yeah. And just get rid of the thick sleeves. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
want her to like look at him thinking he's like in a winter coat all the time.
And like I wouldn't have minded the thicker sleeves if like the rest of the outfit matched it. It just doesn't. Like he has no reason to have them.
The one thing I do like is the scarf and his eyes. Like the scarf is a cool thing, and I like the color scheme of the scarf, and the eyes kind of really pop out, and it kind of makes him look a little bit more distinct than the other characters. But like it's like other than that, those two, it's like the lower you go with with his design, it just kind of gets a little bit more
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. I like where they were going with the braid. But I wish his hair was like slicked back a little bit more to emphasize the
Yeah.
braid. Cause honestly the braid could not be there and like it wouldn't change anything, you know?
Yeah, the hair is too Genshin looking, honestly. Like, for lack of a better term, it's not unique enough for me to want to like it almost.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, so where are we thinking about putting this one?
I'll definitely think it's C tier.
Yeah,
No.
I'll put C.
I don't know if it's that much better than Alir's, to be honest. I'd probably put him below Alir.
Below Alir.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Alir has what Alir has going for them is like even though it's not good, you'll look at it and you'll be like, well, you look at it and you're like, oh, what is this? You know? Whereas with clans, you're like,
For me, the colors are at least a little bit more exciting with Alir's design than Clan's colors, to be honest.
there's something
That's
going
like
on.
the only thing that's making me have that margin.
Yeah, I guess the lack of like bright color coordination. Everything is sort of neutral. He doesn't really have that many accents. He could just be like an NPC. That's true.
Pretty much. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
That's very true. And he's benched like an NPC, so.
It's so unfortunate.
All right,
Speaking
now
of
we
bench-
have Fram. So, you got any thoughts about this one?
Definitely better than Clan's design. Definitely up there. I would say that her design, like, overall is pretty good. I do not like the whole gauntlets, like what she has going on there. Those are a little too much for me, especially compared to the pink and the gray. Like, it just does not match with it. I know that that's also part of her like class because she's a martial monk and she's supposed to punch things with gauntlets or whatever. But it at least could have made them different colors than looking bronze-ish and brownish. Just doesn't really go with her actual design.
Yeah, you know what they could have been?
Oh, yeah.
They could have just
I
made
think I know
them.
where you're going.
like these but
Yeah.
longer.
Yep.
They low-key could have just made them some martial arts gloves.
Yeah.
Except like made them gauntlets as well.
And
And
have
that,
the fingers go through the gloves like
yeah.
like there, and it's just like have them like pink colored or black colored or even white colored. Actually, white colored would be nice on her because then that would go with the ribbon on her,
Uh-huh.
and that'd be a nice touch. That would be a nice touch.
Yeah, and then because the like everything else is already this sort of brown color, but also white. So just make
Right.
it this lighter brown and then white underneath, and then boom, you're good.
Yep. Yep. That's good.
So if they
Yeah,
were
I think
thinner,
overall, yeah, if they were thinner, yeah, yeah, the gauntlets is just they're too thick. It's just too much. But if you made the gloves that are a lot more thinner and everything, would be a much more better design.
yeah,
But for what her design is, probably will put her at B, but she's probably gonna end up at like low B.
yeah. I think she has a similar case to Clan where, like, it's not really all that exciting,
Hmm.
but what she has going for her is that pink is a very standout color.
Yeah, very.
It just
Love the color.
it just pops. She has kind of the eyeshadow and the eyeliner going on as well.
Yeah.
She has some nice blush on her. All of that matches the
Facial
pink.
structure's great. Yeah. Really mixes well with the paint with the color. Really like the ribbon touch. I just wish there was more part of her design that was a little bit more white. I
Mhm.
do like the fact that the scarf and the beret it has some white designs to it too. But if like part of the beret, the ribbon on the beret was white too, that'd be even better.
Yeah, color placement, like the colors themselves are good. I think the placement could use some work. That'll probably be a recurring theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I mostly agree. Put it in the B tier. I think it probably goes below Vander,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
not bad. Definitely not bad. Let's see what we got next. Alfred. Oof.
Ooh.
This design is a little
There's
rough.
a lot here.
This design is a
yellow-
little rough.
I do not like the yellow that much on this. I like the white. I very much like the white on it, honestly, because it makes him stand out. The hair could have been done much better.
It's very
especially because,
boring.
like, it's very boring, especially because everybody keeps drawing comparisons to the Dimitri hair, and I was like, oh, if you're already comparing it to Dimitri hair, that already does not make him distinct enough as a design. So the hair could have been done a lot better. I would change the yellow to maybe a more blue, like a dark bluish design, I would say. Either that or like, I'm actually thinking gray could actually go pretty well with it, but Alfred's more of like a outgoing kind of character, like a very more expressive character, so bright colors work for him, honestly. But just too much yellow going on with his design.
Yeah, I think the yellow would be fine if you sacrificed some of these like darker colors. She's like
Yeah.
whatever these things are around his shoulders and his waist. I don't know what
Yeah,
those
and
are, but like
you
please
see
get rid of
those
them.
Same designs, yeah, and you see those same designs on Saline, which is the next character we'll go into. But like, it's just like, so I guess it's like a Fiorine thing. So it's supposed to distinct from the kingdoms, but I don't think the color works like at all really for his design either. So
Yeah,
and it's hard to.
I think
I do like
you know
the
what?
cape that the cape is blue.
Yeah.
the cape being blue is like solid.
Definitely
But I
the
would
best
want
part.
something else on the design to be blue if that's the case.
And, you know, honestly, the yellow works if you get rid of this neck thing. I don't know what these are called, but I think if you
Yeah,
get rid of this, I think the yellow works.
Yeah.
Because I like the white the yellow and the blue together, along with sort of like this bronze color. I do like those
Yeah.
combinations. But this is just this thing around his
I
neck.
think if you got rid of that and made that necklace thing, the amulet thing that's on his neck, in blue instead of green, and actually maybe even like the yellow linings on the middle of his on his chest, like the yellow linings, if they made those like a blue to match his cape, it'd be very solid.
Hmm.
But for what he is, not much going for him, especially the whole hair thing really turned me off about him, so I honestly put him in C tier.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. And it only gets worse the lower down you go. Only gets worse. That is definitely worse than Clan. Okay, now we have... Wait, where... Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah,
so...
Saline was next.
We have Saline here. Honestly, I think the outfit itself is fine if you get rid of the flower crown. I hate her crown so much.
Yeah, I do.
I
not
hate
like the
it.
crown either. Because especially if you see her at the Somnia without the crown, it's like, oh wow, this is like a completely different character.
Right? It's like this is it's perfect. It's perfect.
It's so good. Absolutely.
Like, her outfit, I think it does a very good job representing who she is. She doesn't have as many different colors going on as Alfred, so like now this black and white design, whatever this is, it works better. And because it's taking up like a bigger place in the outfit, it doesn't feel random.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ribbons work. Even like if she had one butterfly in her hair, I think this would work fine.
Yeah.
You get rid of the crown and the rest of it is like, it's good. It's good. I think it works perfectly.
The one thing I do not like is, and I've never been a fan of those, but like the I don't know what it's called, but the things that she wears as on the bottom of her, the like whole thing that like is like I know they used to do this like a long time ago, like the 19th century, because like a lot of women wore those kind of dresses where the whole bottom of the legs was so wide and everything, and they even used like some kind of plastic to hold it down there. I just don't like those because, especially, I'm like thinking if she's in the middle of battle in a map and she has to walk around or even run around with something like that, and she has to constantly hold like her dress up and everything just to run and something, and she has a tomb in the other hand, and I'm like, in a realistic sense, this design just does not work.
Just doesn't work, huh?
Yeah, so like for me, it's like I'm thinking just like the way she's designed with a realistic sense, it doesn't work on a battlefield. Like it's not for me. It doesn't work as a battlefield design. Now, of course, when you go to class promotions, she promotes to Sage or something, it's like a completely different story because then it's a lot better. It's a lot better looking than everything else. But just if a design is going to impede, like if to me it's going to impede your progress on the battlefield in a realistic sense, it's kind of a shot on the design itself, because then it just looks more to me like that should not be the actual battle design. That should just be like a Somnia or home design kind of thing, like how in Three Houses they did the same thing, where it's like there's a different design. There's a class design and then there's the actual other design. Yeah, there's the full character thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So like
can't get these for everybody.
Whole Y thing, yeah. That whole Y thing going on is just too much.
Mm-hmm.
Too much, I think. And I also think
I feel that
the one little tidbit I have is like her chest design is cool, but I think it's a little exposed too. So I think if it was covered up a little bit more, I like that bottom half of it.
I like right here, and like
like right there, just cover
like at her solar plexus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. It does feel kind of like counterintuitive to I mean, because it gives a whole like sort of reserved, refined. I'm sorry, refined and conservative sort of feel to it. Like this whole style of
Hmm.
outfit,
Right.
and then
And
this
it's
just sort
supposed to
of.
make her like look like royalty and look that like she's a princess, and I get that. But if you're going to do that, at least don't have that as the actual battlefield design.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is fine. What I was getting at is like, it's this sort of gives like the rest of the outfit gives this refined, conservative, royal kind of feel to it, and then we have this top part which sort of looks like she's going to a music festival.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But like for me too is like I think with what she has going, it's definitely not that bad. Um
No, I think it's
Obviously
good.
there's a lot of tidbits that we could get rid of to make it a lot better, especially with the crown and everything. Uh I honestly think it could have been so much better, and I think because of that I probably put her at like mid B tier for that reason. But like her facial structure and her hair is really amazing. That's what makes her stand out to me.
Uh, um, hmm. I
But
was
better than
thinking,
Vander or not? I would put her better than Clan, but ooh, if she's better than Vander, I'm not sure.
yeah, I'm not super sure on that either. Maybe Vander's going to be higher up in B tier than I thought.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe he's going to be higher up in B tier than I thought. All right, next we have Boucheron. Um,
Bushiran. One of my
so
carries, low key.
really,
Yeah, I know people hate on this unit and say that he's probably the worst and he gets automatic benches, but I never out of the two playthroughs I've been playing through, I never had a bad Boucheron yet. Like he keeps gaining speed and strength, and I have no reason to bench him.
huh? That's weird.
So yeah,
So
I feel like I'm like one of the very few lucky ones that seems to get a good Boucheron, and I actually have a good axe unit for most of the game. So
that's well, okay. I wouldn't say. I'd say he's definitely not the worst unit. I would not put him anywhere near the best.
yeah.
But let's see. As far as design goes, I think his design is okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
think there's a lot going on here, but as with every design, but this is a solid design. I really like the shoulder plates, like the chest plate too. The double collar is kind of off-putting to me. I don't really
yeah,
necessarily like that.
I think it'd
Uh,
be okay
I
if the collars up front were small. If these were
right.
like small, I think it'd be fine.
I think even like if you just kept that bottom collar and not have the top collar, I think it'd be a lot better. But then you kind of have to really change up the whole top thing in general.
Yeah, or
Um,
like if they were like layered right on top of each other,
yeah, if they were yeah, that would be way better already.
like that would be
I also
fine.
do like the green accent, and I like the what's it called, the green stuff on the bottom of his shoulder plates.
Hmm.
Really like that. That's
Yeah,
like a
I like the
it's
green and orange together. I do.
yeah, and it makes me think that it's like that's very like you can already see that that's more distinct that he's showing that he's from Firenze because I feel like that green and that white accent that's very much a Firenze thing. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that the gold accents are good. I don't think they're super overdone, um, or whatever color that is. His eyes,
Yeah.
I like his hair and eyes are a very subtle match. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's a
Um,
very unique Fire Emblem design. I haven't seen like a hair like that along with the eyes. Like that's a very unique Fire Emblem design. So
yeah.
I really like that touch to be honest.
Now, I don't know if it screams Fire Emblem for me though. Um,
True. Okay. Yeah. I can
I
see
could
that.
see this being in like a Tales of game, easy, like super easy, any Tales of game, and I think he'd fit right in. As a Fire Emblem unit though, hmm, I'm not super sure. I'm not super sure.
I think the facial structure kind of makes him not look like that, but like the rest of his build with like his buff chest and like buff shoulders kind of make him look Fire Emblem-ish, but it doesn't match with the face, I think is the whole thing. It doesn't really match with the full facial structure, which makes you think that, oh, he could be from like a different game. I actually kind of like get Xenoblade vibes a little bit from his facial structure. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta get the, like,
I could definitely see
whole,
that.
yeah, I feel a little Xenoblade vibes with that. I
I
also
can.
just realized the colors look very Irish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
I think if I wanted to make this feel more like Fire Emblem, I'd probably get rid of the flags underneath the shoulder spaldings and I'd move them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe take these and make them almost like a skirt. Not getting rid of, not instead of his pants, but
Oh, so you're gonna make
kind of you know, or maybe not a skirt, more like added to the bottom of his shirt to make it more of a tunic.
Yeah.
I'd take the flags and move them down there, and then just like the body being orange is great. I like it. Make the arms just this darker black color that we kind of see around here. I wish we could get rid of this bottom panel.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
thought
okay.
you could get
There we
rid of
go.
it with the lock. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
like this darker color we see around here, I just make this like his whole arm on both sides.
oh yeah, that's true. I could definitely see that. I like the black. I actually kind of like the black and orange kind of combo there.
Yeah, so overall, I like the usage of the colors. I probably would change their placements a little bit to make it feel more Fire Emblem-y, but definitely not bad. Pretty good. Would I put this
I would
above
definitely say
Vander?
beat. Yep. Yeah, me too. I would put this above Vander.
Hmm.
I think this is the best design that we've had so far. To be honest, I think his facial structure and his hair, I think are just a little tad bit better than Vander's, but I really like Vander's too, so it's close. But I think I just kind of am connected with Boucheron's, more connected with Boucheron's whole design than Vander's, I think.
I'll put Boucheron above Vander because Vander's a horrible unit.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point we might as well judge by that.
All right, now we have Etier.
Ah, yes. This is one of my favorites for sure.
I don't really know. It's not
I
bad.
don't.
I wish
The
the
only thing
sleeves.
I don't like is the sleeves. Yep, it's
Yeah.
the sleeves. It's just I don't like that bulky thing. I really hate that. And I don't really like the whole white thing either. But like everything else about this design, I absolutely love and adore. It's just I wish I could just change the sleeves at that point, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate the simplism or simplicity on her design. Like it's not overdone like a lot of the other ones. I don't know what's going on with like. I know it's a bow, but it kind of looks like cat ears. Don't quite know what's going on with that. Or the crown.
Well, I actually kind of like that actually. Like when this character actually first came out, like this was the first actual Fire Emblem design that I actually fell in love with. Like because I actually really like the crown. I like that it's the only thing that's silver on her, but then she has the yellow and orange, yellowish orange thing gem on the top of that, on the middle of that crown. Really fits well with the accent of her design. I actually really like the bow. Really love the whole color scheme going on here. The entire bow being like green, orange, white, and not even red. It looks kind of looks beige. Some of the parts of it are white, but that whole thing just was very unique to me. Then the orange hair and with the green eyes really matched the outfit and the accent too. It just for me everything was so unique about this design. And I was like, wow, this is like seriously unique and actual good design that I really enjoyed. And I think honestly, her whole design is what made me want to use her a lot more and engage, and it made me want to actually build her and make her good. Even though I know, optimally wise, that all Chris gets is probably even better, or even some people like to say that Fugato is better. I disagree usually, but it's really that design that made me want to use her a lot more, because it's just like I love everything that's going on with her, and then along with her character too is just very unique. So I kind of have a high opinion on this one. I definitely would say for me it's like at least A tier.
Okay, pulling up the art in Heroes so I can get a better look at all of it, because I used Etier for like 2 chapters. Not her design in Heroes in particular, but just the rest of the outfit.
Yeah, the rest of the outfit.
Because I don't remember what the rest of the outfit even looked like.
The Hero's design is gonna be like the facial structure is just completely different.
No, it is entirely different. She has even more of like a cattish kind of look going on.
I also like her bottom. The bottom half of her design is really good too. I really enjoy the whole kind of skirt thing that she has going on there. Like the colors just match up so perfectly in my opinion. And I honestly don't mind the midriff, and it really it suits her design. It suits her character, because she is supposed to show off how built she is and everything, and how strong she is, and how she works out all the time. So it's like that whole thing really connects with her character, which is something I also give points for, is that they match the design with how the character is. So I really give them a lot of points for doing that too, honestly.
So one thing I appreciate about the Heroes redesign is the sleeves aren't as poofy.
Yeah.
They're smaller in that one. I appreciate that. I say, So she gives kind of like this kind of hardcore feel to me. But her outfit is very, very frilly. And I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't think it matches her that well. Like the frills. I think her wearing, like, I like the armor on the legs.
Yeah, that's cool. That was nice. That was actually pretty cool, because she always likes to. That's also kind of connected with her character, because she always likes to make things weighty. So everything she picks up or everything she uses has to have like some kind of added weight to it. So that also goes with her character too. So I really like that about her too.
Yeah, I think if there was a victim to Fiorene's overall designs, I think she would probably be the biggest victim. It's like, I think the core idea for her design is good, but it's like, it's almost like when designing her, they're like, oh, she's from Fiorene, so we have to put all the extra, like, flowery, frilly stuff on her. And I think she would do, I think it'd be much, much better, especially for her in specific, without all the extra stuff. Like a bow or two, I think it's fine. Like, I'm not the hugest fan of the bow back here on her head, but, I mean, it's not bad. The longer I look at it, I think she would look pretty vastly different without the crown, so maybe we keep that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
the longer I look at it. You said what?
Because I also I did change her design sometimes in the Somnial to see how she was without the crown, and it actually kind of made her look sometimes better, but it really depended on the color scheme of it. So but I think for what the color scheme is here, it still fits really well.
Yeah, I don't know if I would get rid of it for this outfit.
Yeah, for this outfit, no. For sure. Because it just matches it too well, I think, for it to do that. But I do agree, though, that I think that there is too much frilliness going on. I think if it was just like the straight lining like Alfred has, and they did it a different color, would be even better. And
100%.
Because the sleeves are just too much.
Because it almost gives like maid vibes, like right around where her chest and neck are. all the frills going down. It gives kind of maid vibes, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. But if they didn't have it, I think I'd have a much higher opinion of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if she put weights in those sleeves either.
So, honestly,
Knowing her character.
I think I like Boucheron's a little more.
Ah, man. For me, this is definitely A tier at least. But I think if you're gonna put B tier, I'd still put it at least higher than Boucheron.
All right, we'll see who else we put in B and A tier, and then we can move some people around later. All right, so we got the man Big Louie. Let's see, is there anything for him? Do we have a full body portrait? No.
Dang. I do like the armor going on for him. The shoulder plates are a little too wide in my opinion, but that's more of a it's more of like the whole armor thing. So I also understand that. I don't like how like wrinkly or thick looking the black sleeves look either.
Oh, right here.
It doesn't look it doesn't look too clean, honestly. But
I agree.
Other than that, the armor is okay. The armor's great. I love the facial design. I really like that. It gives me Oscar vibes, but it's not like completely Oscar either. So it's unique enough that it makes him distinct, but it doesn't like make me automatically compare him to Oscar, especially since the hair color is different.
Yeah, personally, I think his whole design rides on his hair.
Yeah.
I think a lot of his appeal from the design comes from the hair. He doesn't have the Fiorne issue. Thank God.
Yeah.
So, I think he's standard Fire Emblem, honestly, similar to Vander.
Yep. So
you could take him and slap him right into Awakening or Fates or pretty much any game, and I think he'd fit in pretty well.
Yeah.
But also not a whole lot going on to where I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I still think Vander's design in general is still just a tad bit better, so I'd put him right in that middle.
Yeah, I think right there is pretty good.
I might even say Salene's just a tad bit better too, just because I like the whole Salene thing. Her whole thing is much more hairs and eyes. Louis doesn't have eyes, so I mean, well, he does actually. He does open them up a couple times, but they're not distinct enough that I think that they're better than Salene's. I think. I do think she's still better than Clan, though. I think he's better than Clan a little bit.
I'm just
not Clan, Framped.
it's just that crown.
Oh yeah,
the crown. The crown, man.
The crown versus like his whole sleeve thing and the shoulder plates, and I was like,
well, I'm not.
A little bit.
I'm not willing to die on that hill. I'm not willing to die on it. Honestly, if Selene didn't have the crown, she'd either be up here or I'd put her up here.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
But that's just too much. And those weird shoes, whatever those are.
I wish, man. I wish.
And then we have Chloe. This, I mean, I know there are two particular things standing out here, but that is not. I swear that is not what I'm basing my opinion on. I just think.
I was gonna say we won't mention one.
Right. I honestly, truthfully think this is just good Fire Emblem Pegasus Knight design.
Yep, this is classic Pegasus Knight.
You could stick her in literally any Fire Emblem game as a Pegasus Knight, and she'd fit right in. It's good, nice usage of colors. I mean, the seafoam green hair,
really love that color. Really love that color.
Yeah, it's a nice accent to the green on the armor. She does not have the Fiorne issue where. Like everything's just overly designed with frills and flowers. Like it's just everything is just as it needs to be. The gold and green looks really well together. The white accent is where it needs to be.
This is like a very good use of the gold accents here. This is
Yeah.
like very, very nice gold.
Yeah,
here.
it gives off a very nobly royal vibe,
Yep.
while also still keeping that classic Pegasus Knight look.
Yeah, it's basically like you knew it as soon as she came out, like the design she came out, it was like you already automatically said, okay, this is the Pegasus Knight of the game.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
you already knew immediately.
and I like the earrings. The shoulder pads are just big enough without being too
Yep.
big.
Love the eyes, the eye colors also fit with the design as well, but they're different enough that it makes it pop.
She has the one bow in the hair. I appreciate that.
I do like the bow. I just wish the bow was a different color that could match with it a little bit.
Yeah, it's not so much that I like the bow. It's more so that I like that there's only one. Because with this game, I'm surprised she doesn't have 6. You know.
Yeah.
And then I really like the black leotard. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I really like that too, because then it doesn't make her look so exposed, which I really.
Right.
And things like these kind of need to tad down a bit on the exposed lines a little bit. Which I know we're ironically talking about the one character that kind of looks like that, but
right. Yeah, and then
so like obviously that could be improved, and thankfully when she does promote, it kind of goes away, and then the promotional design is just so much better. Like her wyvern lord or wyvern rider design is just like 10 times better, and I was like that's already an S tier. But with this design specifically, like you only really have like maybe 2 issues in general. One which is kind of obvious.
Yeah, I think the chest is exposed a little too much.
Yeah.
I'd like for it to be a little more covered.
A lot more. Yeah, it could definitely have been a lot more covered. But we're also talking about Japan here, so unfortunately we can't have that expectation.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Can't win them all.
It's like I think the contrast between like the sleekness of the leotard with like a full set of armor up top, I think I really would have liked that.
Yeah, but, which is basically what her wyvern design is, which is like S tier design, like unbelievable.
Unfortunately,
too. So it's just everything's going on for it.
Well, unfortunately, we gotta rate it based on the designs we have here. So. Let's see. Well, I guess not unfortunately. I take that back. This is still good.
It's still probably the better ones. Actually, the best one we've had. I'd almost argue that it's S tier, considering I don't know if there's really a lot of other designs that might be S tier, but definitely at least high A tier.
Yeah. So we're not jumping any guns. We don't have anything in A tier yet, so we'll put her in A, but she definitely could move up.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next we have Jean. I don't feel any particular way about the design. I think it's okay. I think it feels a little. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly.
He's British. He's D tier. No, okay.
It's like.
No, I actually I don't mind it. I don't really like the glasses on top. Like, it doesn't really need to be there.
Yeah.
For really any other reason for any reason. I don't mind the potion in the back. Well, I don't mind the backpack. I do kind of mind the potion being on the backpack. Like, it just kind of feels off-putting.
I was like, why is that there?
Like, it's just off-putting on it. Like, that and the glasses, like, just needs to go. But I do like the overall accent. I think if the blue was a little bit of a brighter blue, it'd be even better. And again, sleeves are a little too thick to me. I think the sleeves could have been a little bit more thinner.
Or if the green was like, if the green was the main color and the blue was the accent, even if you like
Oh
switch them,
yeah, yeah.
because that green stands
And
out
that,
more.
yep, yep. It does, for sure.
Yeah, for now,
Yeah, which is why it's like if you made it a brighter blue, like you want a bright color on John to make him stand out, and that green is there, but it's not enough of it.
speaking of not
So
enough, Jean's not even on this list.
wow, he's not even on this list. Wow,
Wow. Well,
wow.
if we did rate
Uh,
Jean, I'd probably put him in B tier.
yeah,
Probably
probably
above Fram,
above Louis. I'd probably put above Louis.
above Louis. Hmm.
Yeah,
I could
just
see
above
that.
Louis,
I could see that.
and just
So somewhere
yeah,
in this
right
range.
behind Stanley. Yep.
Somewhere in this range. What do we have next? Next we have Diamant.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, I
This one is.
mean, I think this is like bordering peak Fire Emblem design in my opinion.
Yeah, I knew coming into this you loved his design.
I
I really like his design too. I love side capes. I
yeah.
absolutely adore side capes like that. This whole shoulder thing too, like a freaking dinosaur, and I love it. Honestly, like this screams Brodia, and that is really great because that connects with the character, that connects with this kingdom. It just it you know what this character is as soon as you see him in the design. So that's like the most important thing about him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most standout ones. I so one thing that I really appreciate is number one, there's only one thing on his outfit that's really over the top, and it's this one arm.
Yeah.
But like, it's okay for a character to have like one thing that's standoutish, as opposed to like we go back to Saline, where you have the colors are really bright. You have the flower crown. You have
Dress is big, the
right,
crown is there, the butterfly, the like oh
right. So it's just all of it is just super loud,
hair.
and there isn't really much to bring it back into normalcy. To like tie everything back together. This is like it's a pretty grounded design. Brown and red, brown and different shades of red, and shades of, I guess mixtures of the colors of themselves. So like you have maroon, which is basically brown and red, and then you have red, and then you have just straight up brown. So the colors are consistent. There's not a whole lot going on with the accents on the armor, right? The armor is basically one color. It has very slight red accents. It has the brown straps that match the Spalding here. It matches the gauntlet on the other side. The cape, nice red color. The collar, there's only one. There's only one.
It is a pretty big collar too.
Yeah.
It's kind of thick. I think it could have just been a little less lengthy. So like it should have just like completely drape over his like almost the length of his shoulders. I think if it was just like a little smaller, I think it would have been better.
I can see that. Yeah.
Everything else really is solid. And I also really like appreciate the fact that his hair color kind of matches with the dark red accents of the design as well.
Yeah.
Because you kind of see this when he engages with Roy, is that if he has too bright of a red color out of his hair,
Yeah.
it doesn't mesh well. It
Yeah.
does not go well with this whole outfit. So
I like the one streak of bright red. Honestly, could do without it, but it's okay.
yeah, think it's supposed to. With this game, is kind of supposed to. He's supposed to look. Every character is supposed to look a little splashy. So like for him, they wanted to make it the red hair, the little bright red hair accent, and then the whole shoulder thing to make it look splashy. But it's a fine balance between having two flashy things on his character design, kind of like you said, but then
Yeah.
having everything else stay consistent.
Yeah. And that's the key right there is it's one of the most consistent designs, which is super appreciated in this game especially.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Last thing I'll say is I finally found a way to articulate how I feel about this arm thing, and it's like how you said it screams Brodia, where it's a nice mix of noble with the fur and barbaric with like its dinosaur-esque shape.
Right.
And I think it encapsulates what he's supposed to look like very well. Um,
Yeah. It encapsulates his character in general too.
so
Definitely A
um,
tier
I would
at
put it.
least.
I think he belongs next to Chloe, wherever she ends up ending up.
Absolutely.
I
Yep.
don't think those two are super far off from each other, so they'll probably get moved up.
Yep.
The more I look at the rest of them, they'll probably end up getting
Yes.
moved up.
Yep.
Next we have Alchrist. Um,
I really like this one too. I like what's going on here. I like the accents. I like the arm thing is better here because it's subtle on him. But Alcris is also a character that's not kind of fitting with what Brodia is as a kingdom.
uh,
It especially because he's much more of a shy character. He's much more of a you know different kind of character compared to Diamond, but it's the design is at least consistent in showing of what his character is. Um, the only thing I don't like is like kind of like the frills around his collar, um, and that's kind of about it though. But everything else is really consistent. Love the accents, like the gray kind of thing going on for him. Just could do without the frilly around his collar and also that middle thing, like we saw in Alfred. That could go away too.
yeah, I definitely could do without that. Um, the collar isn't the most offensive thing. Like my biggest issue with this is with the accents on the chest plate. There are too many.
Mm.
There are too many. I like the red. I like how the red sort of stands out on the gauntlet here.
Yeah,
But I think you remove this brighter red from the chest plate, and I think it's
it
perfect.
looks better. Yep.
I think if you remove the bright red, it's perfect. But the bright red
Yeah,
is
and
just too much.
also love the fact that his eye colors are red, despite the fact that like red colors are red eyes are supposed to indicate anger and evil, and he's actually just like the complete opposite of that as a
Right.
character. So it kind of made you like more curious about him when you saw his character and everything, and really like the blue hair too. It also matches actually uh, his pants or like his bottom legs. Obviously,
Uh,
we can't see them, but they're also blue. So they also at least match up with some of his design. But overall, it's like this this design has really good combo of colors. But it's kind
uh,
of just like you said. You just take out the bright red from all of it. Then it's a really solid combination. It's like
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. I honestly I would take the neck thing and the collar and replace it with a scarf.
Yeah.
You give him a
Oh, definitely a
scarf.
scarf. It wasn't a
Yeah.
scarf like clans, but if it was just red and black ish like like with his design here,
I'd even say
100% would.
maybe even black and gray.
Yeah. Yeah, if you make it gray, yeah,
Like
that's even
like
better.
yeah, the same gray he's wearing here. I think that would be fine. Um, let's see. I think this is
I
another B tier.
yeah. I think high B tier. I always like argue. I almost like want to argue that he could be A, but I think placing him in B would be
Hmm.
more fair. Just below Etienne, because I still love Etier's more than his a little bit. So
Hmm.
in that case, I would still put Etienne. Yeah,
Let's see.
for me, I'd put like Etienne low A and then just Alchrist in high B.
Man, I really wish we could see the rest of their outfits.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Cause like this is only the top half, but the rest of his
Yeah.
outfits, he like just really goes with this combo too.
Yeah. Trying to get an exact idea for how I feel about it.
It's hard because it's like you really like this design, but like, do you want to say it's better than this character's design or this character's design? But I think
'Cause I
he's
think,
definitely better than Front of Anders, so I definitely can't put him any lower than that.
yeah, I think it's probably high B. You're right.
Because it's
You're
better than
right.
average. It's better than Anders, I think. Uh,
It's
it's a
just
solid firearm design, but I think it's like a pretty like slightly above average firearm design.
uh okay.
Yeah,
Amber,
well,
do you have any particular feelings about this?
I'd probably put him a D tier at this point.
Yeah. Now, see, the frilly, like, royal thing going on, I think normally I don't like this. But combined with the rest of his outfit, if we could see it, he gives off, and I don't like Amber. He's annoying. But, but, if this was a character, like, if he was a pirate in a different Fire Emblem game, I think this design will go hard.
Yeah. Oh man.
I
The
really, I really, I don't like his design for what he is. For what he is,
yeah, exactly.
I don't like it. But if he was like a pirate
Yeah.
and you gave him a hat,
My God, like even in the Somnio design, if you just take a Somnio design and replace it with this, he'd at least be B tier.
yeah,
Like I'm not even kidding, because then he looks actually kind of cool
yeah,
and kind of like looks slightly less annoying. But with this, it's just like this is not the colors is Brodia, but the frilly design and the hair, it doesn't fit Brodia to me. It really doesn't.
yeah. I don't like. So this is weird. I'm gonna say objectively, like detached from the game, I'd probably put him above Alchrist.
I
In
still think that's too high.
in the context of the game, he's
I
lower.
really like it. Yeah.
In the context of the game, he's lower. If you could somehow remove the outfit, like from Amber, I would like it more.
I still think just design wise, he's not better than. Oh man, I don't honestly say maybe he's only better than Alfred. I don't even see him really as better than Clam.
Really,
Yeah, I think
I
honestly
think it
think.
has to be higher than Alear.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah, I would disagree with that. But if we want to be objective about this, I think high C or low B. If we want to play the midline game.
Because personally, I'd put it in A,
Oh,
which would force me to start moving things up because he doesn't belong in the same tier as these two.
not belong.
So like
He doesn't,
for
especially in my opinion, he doesn't belong near like Alchrist or Etier. So
let's see,
he's not near them, but yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think
really
where it is right now. Okay,
I really
even from an
wish
HF standpoint.
I really wish he wasn't so annoying.
This is why, yeah, the automatic bench father, unfortunately.
All right, we have Jade. I don't have any. I don't have much to say. Jade is okay. She
It's
seemed.
solid. Because
I'd probably. So like I don't have too much to say opinion wise. I'd probably put her like here, somewhere around Louis.
they're better than Louis. Yeah, I really like what she has going on there because like her whole night design really combines with her character. Uh, Considering she is kind of a laid back character, she's an author, a book writer, so like the colors kind of really have like this Shakespearean effect on me. So like it kind of really matches actually with like a writer, like what I would think like a writer or an author would wear.
Uh,
So like color accent wise. So I actually kind of like the whole green and red going on for her, but she's also looking very strong and she's called the Iron Wall in Brodia. So it still matches with the Brodian theme. So I think this is like a really solid design to me. Definitely think B tier, but I would probably put her like at that high B tier, I think she's a little better than Vander, to be honest.
Um, I
Just
was thinking somewhere
because
around Vander.
yeah,
Whether
I was thinking
she's
just
above
above
or
Vander.
well, above or below.
Just I think the color accent just matches her a little bit better than Vander. Um,
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Vander's this like a little too bluish. I think the blue doesn't really fit him too much. Um, or at least the blue could have been like a darker blue, I think. But yeah, I think that placement is fine.
All right, now we've had we had a pretty long discussion about this character and her level of viability. But I'll say I think we will probably agree on her character design. This th- this is one of the best designs in the game.
Yes,
I mean,
this is like,
I don't like this character, but it's one of the best designs in the game, and I can't lie about that.
I like both.
I mean,
So for me,
like
like
the it. I mean, you get a very clear idea about like who she is and what she's about just looking at her. Like the whatever these things are on her arms. I don't know what they are. They're big, but they work.
they work. Yep.
The dress is slim in contrast. Got some
Yeah.
nice jewelry going on here. The red, the
cameos.
the very subtle red, which matches the eyes. I think that was a very good decision. I don't think I would have liked it as much if she had red all over, and her eyes were red.
Yeah.
I like
The dark red just like fits it makes it much more consistent.
the nice little feather wing thing here. I actually really like that too.
Really like that touch too. Yeah, there's like not a lot of problems with her design at all.
Yeah,
Like
I think this one is
yeah,
very like
I can't really nitpick this one.
yeah, I think this one's good.
This
And
one's probably our first S candidate, honestly.
let's
Like
see.
if we can't find
Do
like a
I
nitpick about this, I don't think that there's an argument.
let's just start moving these up now. I
Yeah,
think I think it's time we start moving these up. Um,
I do think that she is the best one entirely out of the ones we did. I still think that she is probably better, slightly better than DML's.
hmm. I don't know that I like her. I don't know if I like any of them better necessarily. I mean, I have a preference towards Diamant, but like
Yeah,
design wise, do I think like it's objectively better? I don't know. I don't know whose I
I
would put at the top between the three of them.
so like I also have that preference with Citrine too because I like Citrine just the design. Oh man, like it was the same thing with Etier for me. Like when it first came out, I was like, this is peak design. I was like, this is like
Uh,
one of the very few rare engaged designs that I fell in love with that I actually wanted to try.
uh,
Diamond really great too, but I don't necessarily think it was that much better than Citrine's.
I don't I'm trying to keep like my personal
Right.
preferences of the characters out of it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't entirely, but yeah, I'm trying to look at it as objectively as I can.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of those three I would say is better, but I'd say they're all relative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I would say, yeah, objectively speaking, I think you could really make the case for all three of them being
uh,
better than the other. Yeah.
now, I don't remember if it was you or someone else, but I also had a long discussion about this character and her viability as well. Um,
I
not
love Lash too, though.
not high. I don't have high opinions of this character as a character, but this design is nice.
It's so good.
This design is nice.
I honestly put this at S tier too because like there's just another one that I fell in love with. I love just the whole Brodian design. They
Hmm.
nailed like almost all of the Brodian unit designs.
Yeah,
Um, but
the again, it's just it's consistent.
the leotard mixed with the armor, the hair, is not too flashy. The bow on her, the white the white ribbons around the armor and everything. Like, it's just even the gold accents. The gold accents are really standing out too.
Yeah, it's an it, it, it,
Working
it's a nice combination of like hard and strong, but also kind of like girly and stylish. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice combination of that. Again, it's consistent. The main colors being black and red. The gold accents break it up where it needs to. She's got pink hair, which does go with the red and the white.
Yeah,
The ribbons here, or the ribbon along with the sashes. I mean,
sashes are so nice.
she's got a nice cape as well, and I think everything. It's just consistent, and when designs are consistent, they're good, and there's not much else to say about it.
Yeah, I definitely
Toss
put
it up
this
there.
here. Yep.
Yunaka.
Mm.
Now, I think this design is really, really good, but I cannot get past all the stars.
Yeah.
Just, I think this
The same thoughts.
it. I honestly, these lower her design an entire tier for me. I think this would be an S tier if she didn't have all of these, and maybe if the chest was covered a little more.
Yep.
Mainly because there's just like you got exposure here. I think if the chest would be fine if this was kind of like more covered up. But
Right,
I think having both is too much.
You know what they could have done is they could have done the leotard thing too here
Yeah,
and covered up.
yeah. Get made like the leotard a different color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just actually, honestly, even having like maybe like put the leotard the same color as like the dark purplish color like on her design too.
and just gave it
Yeah.
sort of like a mesh look instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You can honestly put the leotard over the chest too. Would honestly be 100%.
And it would be
like
yeah,
way better.
yeah. And I
Would've
think
make her
I think
more
part of
exposed.
what ties the design together that we don't get to see is the leg armor.
Yeah.
I really like the leg armor.
Because it really fits well with the gold going on with her chest too.
Yeah,
Um,
and it makes the outfit pop.
yeah.
Because like it matches her class, which is a thief. She looks like, minus the stars, and the pink collar. She looks like
And the cape. Love the cape.
yeah. If you took away the stars and the pink collar, she would look like she's a thief. It would make all the sense in the world. And then the gold leg armor breaks up all the the dark colors.
Yeah.
To add some personality to it, and I very much appreciate it.
And it would match the character a lot more. Like the stars thing, just does not make sense. It doesn't even
No.
make sense to her character. Like yeah, her character's supposed to be like very happy and go lucky, but then but she's also has that side of her that's the killer instinct style that doesn't, and the stars don't match with that at all.
No.
And it's like, but if you literally take those away, it would match it so much better.
Yeah, she just it gives major VTuber vibes.
Yeah.
Major VTuber vibes. I'm gonna put it in A.
Yeah,
It's-
I would want to put it in A, but I feel like stars just take away too many points.
See, I would have put it in an S without the stars, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, honestly, I could definitely see that.
Let's see.
Oh, this girl,
Hmm.
definitely not a high like. Yeah, I don't have much to say on this one.
Not too much. It was like
Very Brodian, like sticking to the whole Brodian theme, very Brodian. But you know,
I like
that
the
old color accent doesn't fit. Very well.
yeah. I like the colors and like the arms and the shoulders. Everything about this right up here, I love.
Yeah.
Everything about this up here, I love. But like when you get to the midsection, is when it starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
This I don't like this. I think the blue should have just stayed a very minor accent like it is here on the arms. And if you just
Yeah.
if you take all of the blue and make it silver, and then make the red a little smaller, I think you're golden.
Yeah.
I think you're golden.
agree.
Maybe keep the blue on the sides, like the sides are around her waist. I think that's fine. If you want to keep the blue, but yeah, it looks like she's wearing almost like this undershirt is supposed to be blue, and that would be
Yeah.
fine if like the undershirt was blue, but the armor was all gray and red. I'd be down with that. But what they got going on now, eh.
Eh,
Where is she?
I'd probably
Is she here?
put her. Oh
I
my
don't,
god, she's not here either.
I don't think she's on here. Wow. No Jean. No, what is her name? Sophia?
Yeah.
Something like that. I guess I'd probably stick her around here. Around
Yeah.
lower end of B.
Little bit better than Amber, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I still like I think her face is distinct as well as her eye color.
Hmm. I just don't think it matches with the color accent, unfortunately. Like, it doesn't match up too well. Like, if you put
No,
like
there's just too much going on here.
yeah, but I feel like if you just like put a different face, but with the same armor, if you put Jade's, if this was like Jade's design, probably be even like better. But I don't know. It's just with the whole eye color and facial structure, it doesn't really match for me. The whole color accent.
Let's see. Okay.
There. Oh man,
So
there is
before I
way
start
too much.
yeah, before I start tearing into this, I'll say what I do like. Um, I like the hair.
Hmm.
I like the sort of side horsetail she has going on here.
Yeah.
I actually do like the eyes. The eyes are a little
Me too. I
much, but I do like them. Um, I think the top on its own is pretty cute, but I mean, there's
I
just
don't mind. I don't mind the gold either. Like
no,
the
no,
round,
no.
thing.
The gold is fine. I would have maybe changed the pink to like
Yeah.
a red, like a dark red, like the red we see on like Diamant.
Yeah. I wouldn't even put white on the chest either. I would probably put like the whole that teal design that you see on the ball or whatever. I'd probably put like a teal or a turquoise.
Hmm.
Yeah, turquoise.
Maybe like a
Turquoise and dark red. That actually be pretty cool.
I don't know about turquoise and dark red. Um, I think if we do turquoise, maybe like a purple.
Oh yeah,
Let's
that
see.
could work too. Yeah, yeah. I feel like turquoise and
Yeah, like this and a purple I think would look pretty good.
yeah, actually yeah, turquoise and purple. Yep. That would work.
But yeah, all these little like ball things, these gotta go.
I
These
don't even
gotta
know what
go.
those are.
Is the most obnoxious thing in the world. Why are these here? Why? I mean, even just her current design without these would just be fine.
Almost feels like you went to like a party or like a kid's party, went to like the ball pit and like,
Dude.
took all those balls and taped them to
Man, they just stuck to her. And like even
Oh.
the hair, I think if they're appropriate anywhere, it's the hair, but it should be like 3.
Right.
Like 3 of these smaller ones around the tie of her hair. And then that's good.
Make it like a circle at least, but
Right.
don't make it like so many.
Right, just a
Everywhere.
small few, 4 tops.
Like even like why is it so big on the arm? Like
I don't know. And the thing is she already has these giant
right.
bangles. Like that's already a lot going on there. And that's good. I like this. I like the bangles. I like the Egyptian looking necklace. I like that. But
Yeah, it fits the soul theme too. But the balls, like,
it's like, why is this here? Why is this here? All
makes no sense. It doesn't even make sense to the kingdom she's in.
right, Tamara.
I honestly, this might be a D tier. To be honest.
I'd probably put it
So,
low C. That's fine.
because I was like, can you really say it's even better than Alfred?
I'd put Alfred above Alir.
Mm.
If it were up to me, Alir would be in D tier. Let's see. We have Fogado. I don't think his design is the best, but it's way better than Tamara's.
Yeah, way better.
I think this. I think at the very least, it gives a nice idea about. Like, I think it represents his country well.
Yeah, this is a very nice soul design, honestly.
I don't
I think
know.
the chest is too puffy with the whole satchel around him.
Uh,
Like, it makes the satchel look a little too tight on him, almost. Um, so I think that would be like the one nitpick.
oh,
Honestly,
kind of have it like leaning to one side or another a little more.
a bit more, or like make it more toward his shoulders, I guess. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I don't know if I would have this green and orange over here.
Yeah, the orange doesn't really fit too well. Well, actually, no, the green doesn't really fit too well because the orange at least kind of matches with the lining on the middle of his
Yeah,
thing. But yeah, instead of the actually it looks like turquoise too. Actually,
yeah.
instead of the turquoise,
For him, I don't know if I
probably
like this.
yeah. I would honestly keep it consistent and keep it with the yellow or the gold that's already on him.
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Like yeah,
I'd maybe even reduce this down to like just a couple of lines.
Yeah,
Just keep it mostly
not
white and keep it a couple of lines that go across the shoulder,
yeah,
and that would be fine. Because like you already have this sort of strapping, whatever this is,
yeah.
coming up the middle, and then you have the long, loud feathers. So and this chest piece is already loud with the gold. Like you don't need this. It's just too much.
Yeah, you don't need. Yeah.
It's just too much. But I do think it is still good. I like that his hair is black. I like that his eyes aren't a super bright color.
Yeah.
It just would have been way too much at that point.
And I think it's unique too. Definitely like the skin color too. I think it really makes him distinct too.
Uh,
So honestly, I think this is pretty. This is B tier for sure. I think.
Yeah.
Do I say? I think it's better than Vander and see, like Vander is really just the standard here.
I think I'd put it here.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yep.
I do think
Well,
it's
I don't
better
know.
than Celine.
Yeah.
I know it's Saline, but that's like Saline Solution, and that makes me uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna keep calling her Celine.
This-
So Marin, I really like this. I really like her design.
Yep.
I think
Yeah. I kind of have a high opinion of Karen too. I also have a kind of a preference to her because her voice actor is one of my favorite voice actors, and Christina V. So
oh, so you're already well acquainted.
yeah, I'm already well acquainted, and she very fits. The voice actor fits the character too. So I think she loved she loved the design of her too, especially with everything that like the whole design really connects with the voice actor, connects with the character, connects with the whole Kingdom of Soul.
And you
Really
know,
like the color accents. Everything is kind of connecting here.
and with her being like a wolf knight primarily,
Hmm.
I think the design philosophy actually reminds me of the Atari from the Telia series,
Yeah.
the wolf tribe.
Yep.
I mean, you have like the
Gives you like that wolf tribe vibes, like with Nyla and everything, too.
yeah. I really think it's whatever this tie thing is around her around the fur with these little
Yeah.
things hanging off. I really
Like
like
now,
those. I like the
now really
claws.
making me think, like I could, I could see her as like the Tormod character, like a Tormod character. She's
Uh,
just like part of the wolf tribe, but she's a human, but she's a human,
oh,
and like
uh,
it's like like works with the wolf tribe. Like she could literally you can implement her into the Talia series, and it like fit perfectly.
that would be crazy if she was like riding a wolf lagoose.
Right?
That would be
She's
wild.
riding. Like
That would be
wow.
wild. Yeah, I think
Another
everything here works.
thing in this design I think people do not like is the foxtail
That
because
nobody likes the tail.
yeah, nobody likes the tail,
Nobody likes the tail.
unfortunately.
I think this
Especially
is.
because
Oh, go ahead.
especially because everybody thinks that automatically having the foxtail makes you a furry, which you know, unfortunately we live in a world where that distinction is very there's a very small margin of error for that. So
Yeah.
um but the funny thing is that every unit that becomes a wolf knight gets a foxtail. So it's like, are you gonna call every unit a furry now?
It's just not the best
So
design choice at
yeah,
all. Um,
a fur works everywhere else. Just yeah, if it was just without the
just get rid
foxtail,
of the tail.
yeah,
Yep.
I don't know an S tier if it wasn't for the foxtail, legitimately. But I think because of the foxtail, we do have to take a little bit of points off. Would put it in A tier. I think slightly better than Yunaka. I
I
think.
I think I agree with that. I think I agree with that. It's consistent. I do appreciate that. Like this has pieces that are standoutish, but it's not super reliant on the colors themselves standing out.
Mhm.
It's got like actually well thought out pieces of the outfit. Again, like the fur around the neck. I do appreciate that it's like a turtleneck, so it goes all the way up to
Oh
like
yeah,
the top of her neck there. Again, the tie that keeps the fur on looks tribal. Got the claws that looks tribal. And it's just
yeah.
it's very well thought out.
Yeah, the purple accent makes it splashy, but not too much either.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah, it
nice.
gives it a nice accent. Now we have Panette. Hmm.
Everything is pretty great about this design. I just cannot stand the stitches next to her mouth.
Oh, the
I
the
just,
mum the mummy stitches.
yeah, I can't. I just can't. Like, just if those go away,
Uh-huh.
this is a very good design. Like everything else is going very nice. I don't mind the mummy arms, the mummy tape on the arms, but you could do without the stitches. I
Uh-huh.
just think you could do without the stitches because then it messes up the whole her entire emotional expressions to me, and she's already portraying herself as something other than what she's supposed to be expressing because you're looking at the stitches constantly at her mouth. So
Uh-huh.
just because of that, it just interferes with her expressions too much. So I have to take points away just because of that. But everything else in this design, with like the whole flower thing, not too much. It's like the most flashiest thing about her design, but it's again, that's like the only flashy thing about her design.
Uh-huh.
Love the feathers on her shoulder. Really love the feather thing. Looks tribal, kind of like what with Marin, and really like the whole like the bows in the middle of her chest too that go down her upper body. Really like those. Those are like a very nice grayish accent almost. They're not completely like white and bright.
Yeah, I appreciate the suspenders on the skirt as well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely like the suspenders. And I also like the gems in the middle of her arms too. That kind of speaks Sohm to me too. So that very much fits her design. Everything in this design is very nice. I also do think the eyeshadow could be just a tad bit less. There's a little bit too much eyeshadow for me too.
Uh, I feel that. I think if there's one thing about the design that I'm not the biggest fan of, it's a little lower in the outfit. Um, they kind of take this design philosophy here on the hairpiece, like this, and they mix these colors with the ones that are on her arm
Oh,
on the
yeah.
gem.
Okay.
And it's too many different colors. I think it's like right below the skirt. And I don't like that so much.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah. There's a
it
lot going on in the bottom half of her design. Her design.
yeah, a little too much for me.
Very much.
If it was just more consistent with this, and it kept like the colors a little to a minimum, I guess. I think having colors that pop is good, as we said earlier. But when you start mixing a bunch of colors and you start throwing them all over the place, like a Lear, for example, not the
Yeah.
biggest fan of that. So yeah, I would I'd tone those down. But outside of that, everything else about it is really solid.
Yeah, there's a lot
Um,
going on in that lower half that's like a little too much, but I do like the whole knee designs.
hmm,
Like her knees to her feet, they're really nice. Not
yeah,
gonna lie. But I think this is still solid though.
yeah.
I think it's solid enough.
I think high B or low A.
Yeah, I'd say low A, honestly. Yeah, just below both of them. Yep.
Alrighty. We have Benet.
Don't have a high opinion on this one. Don't have much to say on this one. This is kind of a very meh design to me.
Yeah, I do like the thought behind it. Mixing a knight with a chef. I don't think it was implemented in the best way.
Yeah, it fits the character. It's just it's not very executed as well as you would like.
Yeah. I guess if we don't have much to say on them, then just rank them.
Probably C tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Low B or C.
Let me take another look at this. Would I put him above Fram? The chef's,
Accent's nice.
yeah,
The thing
like
is nice.
the whole. I do like his hair too. You know what? I'm putting this above Fram.
Yeah.
I'm putting it above Amber too.
Yeah, I'd put it above Amber. Yep.
Because it does have personality, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Pandreo. I would really like Pandreo's design because of how simple it is if it weren't for these weird accents.
Yeah.
These really bring it down for me.
Mm. If they were at least a different color, if they were gray, like with the rest of his design, it'd be more consistent.
Yeah, maybe even a bit of a darker gray.
Yeah.
Or you could even make them gold, like that strap he has right here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, make it gold. Absolutely.
Because I do appreciate how simple it is.
Yeah. I don't like the diamond things, like, on the left side of him. Like the
Oh, right
one
here?
there.
Yeah, don't really know why that's there.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't really need to be there, honestly.
I really like the hair and the eyes, though.
Yeah, I really like the hair in the eyes and the smug look. Very fitting for his character.
Yeah.
Definitely
Somewhere
B.
mid B. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe above Boucheron?
Mm. Yeah, just above Boucheron. Not better than Alcors, just above Boucheron.
No, yeah, no. These two are definitely better. I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, yeah.
And Sadal, this is just his design is just good. His design is just good. As the kind of sort of classic Eastern gypsy-ish look.
Yeah, it's a unique Fire Emblem dancer design. I'll say that. Like,
Hmm.
you knew he was a Fire Emblem dancer, but you didn't really expect a dancer to look like this.
You know, he almost. You know, he looks like he could be related to not related to, but he looks like he has a very similar design philosophy to Tethys from Fire Emblem 8.
Oh, I
Pretty,
completely forgot about that.
yeah. I think he has a similar design philosophy to her. Let's see. Let me make sure.
Yeah, that does have a lot more like of a white accents. Yeah, she has more of like a white and red accent.
You see what I
But
mean?
yeah, kind of that.
Having a similar design
Yeah, that.
philosophy. I do think hers is
Did you?
probably better in general, but I don't think this is a bad take.
It's definitely not bad. What are the keys like on his thing? I never noticed that.
You said
It
what?
almost looks like there's like keys on his like.
Oh yeah, whatever these are.
Yeah, I don't even know what those are.
No idea. This is one
Ooh,
just random thing that definitely doesn't need to be here.
like why is that there? I just noticed it.
But thankfully, this is like the only thing where I look at him and go, "Why is this here?"
Everything else is pretty nice.
Yeah, I think I would appreciate it if the cape was just one color instead of having these little things on it. I don't think he needs that extra color here.
Yeah, the
Um,
color doesn't really fit with anything else.
yeah, or if it was like part of a greater
I
design.
I do think it does actually reach to like the bottom of his thing, like in the lower half of his body, if I remember correctly. Um,
I'm not
it's
gonna super nitpick on it.
yeah. Uh, the bottom of the design. This is another one that I wish they had the bottom designs. It's like it's all purple.
Yeah,
Like his pants are all purple. And I was like, don't know if that fits. I think if the pants were just black, like with his thing, I think it'd be a lot better.
yeah.
But then there's a lot of gold going on in the bottom of this thing too, so
I think
that also fits the
yeah,
his accent.
I like the purple. I don't know if I like it with this color of the cape though.
Right. Yeah.
I think I'd maybe change the cape color to match the
Yeah.
whole thing a little better. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what color I'd make it though. But
Hmm.
I like because the purple pops, and I really appreciate it when they have like
I don't
something that
I would
pops.
make the purple scarf, honestly, if that's the case. But then the pants color would probably just be like more of a
And then my,
blackish.
yeah,
Maybe even kind of gold. You could probably even make an argument for a little bit of a goldish.
I could see that. I could see that. Where would I put him? Probably in a similar spot,
Yeah, I
somewhere
don't think
somewhere
it's
mid B tier.
better than that. I think phew, he's right with Fagato. Don't
Um,
know if
I'll
it's
put him
better.
there.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd say he's better than Fogato.
yeah, we can always realign these later anyway.
Ivy.
Whoa.
Now, my only issue with this design is the spikes. I don't like the spikes on her hands and on her boots.
Yeah, I don't like the spikes, and I wish the net was not always covering her face. Like, I wish it was just placed like a little higher or
Uh,
something like that. Like, I don't mind it. I just don't want it to always. I'm in a support conversation with her. I just like I want to
right.
see her expression.
Can I see your face, please? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
Also,
I definitely feel that.
I don't mind the horns on top. Just the spikes don't need to be down at the arms and legs.
Yeah, because like this is why is this here? You know?
I don't even mind rows like in the middle of her chest.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fine.
that's fine.
I feel like this
Like,
would eventually stab her through the chin, but I mean, you know, I guess you get used to it. I just don't
well,
understand.
maybe, yeah.
I just don't get why is
Spikes
it
are not.
why is it there? Why is that on her hand?
She wants to look like a shark.
Right. But outside of that, I think this is a solid A tier design.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Above or below Panette?
We can realign this.
I guess they're pretty relative.
Yeah, they're probably relative anyway.
Hortensia? I'm not crazy about this one.
Honestly, I do love the whole light blue. I just don't like light blue when it's mixed with dark blue. It doesn't really fit for me because then it makes me. She looks too Harlequin, almost.
I can see that. I was gonna.
Harlequin.
You put it nicer than I did. I was gonna say she looks like a clown.
Yeah.
She honestly looks like a
Yeah, she's
clown.
too hard going, honestly. The hair is too much. The front hair and the color of the hair is nice.
It's fine.
I
Yeah.
don't need that whole thing on top. I don't need to make you look more like a Harlequin than you already are.
Yeah. This is. She's
Uh,
like the definition of too much.
and again, if you look at the Somniel design, which when it doesn't have that, way better, like a tier better than this design.
Yeah, I agree.
But by this design, just not that great. There's a lot of things going for it. It's just half and half, though. I'd probably say definitely B tier. I wouldn't say that much high of a B tier though.
I'd put this in C.
I can see that too.
Um, I'd probably put it below Fram, honestly. If you put it in B.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Um,
I like Fram's design a little bit. Like the way I look at this, like, I think Fram could honestly even be higher, honestly. But we can worry about that later. But yeah, I think for where she is, Hortensia is fine.
Zelkov,
Zelka.
I think this is like, for a villain who's a thief, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah.
I think this design is really solid.
Yeah.
It's consistent. I mean, the standout pieces.
Yeah.
The key is nice. It kind of makes you, I know it's not for anything, but it makes you wonder. It looks like it'd be a really important story piece. All the eyes. It makes him look like he's part of some like really mysterious clan. I really like the eyes on there. It's like they found a very nice way to make all black work.
Yeah. And like, this is one of these designs where it's like you kind of want to know more about him because he looks like that shady character. So it's like it's like you said, it makes you curious. And I think if you have that kind of design, and really, if you want that the design makes you interested in the character, then it usually means you pretty much nailed the design.
Yeah.
So I think what they did with him was really nice. I like the eye things on the top of his thing. It makes it even more mysterious. So
I also like that his
definitely
eyes
solid.
are such a bright color.
Yeah.
It's like this, it's like the only stand. It's like the only bright thing on him.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Yunaka. This looks like the Killer Instinct kind of style that I was like looking for.
Yeah.
It was like this looked really deadly almost.
Yeah.
And I think his voice actor David Matringa had a history of doing villain characters like him. Oh, so perfect.
Yeah.
Like everything about this is so connected with
Yeah.
him. So like
Yeah.
that mixed with his design, super solid.
Yeah, I'd say this is. I think what you said is a very nice description of it. Is just he's just what Yunaka should have been.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I like him more than any of them.
Yep.
But
I think that's a solid placement, honestly.
yeah, I think low S is a very nice place for him.
Yeah.
Kagetsu, I was saying this to someone before. I think his design honestly is like, I think it's like the perfect progression for where sword masters have been headed in Fire Emblem.
Mm.
Like if you look at how their outfits have progressed game by game, I think his is like the perfect next step.
Yeah. And for him, it's like he has that samurai design with it, but it's almost like a samurai design done well. Almost. It's not very like modern samurai, but you get those vibes from it. But it looks like a modernized version of it, which is really cool, and I can really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Nice use of nice. Yeah, the hair being tied up.
Honestly.
Yep.
I don't know if the white fits with the design, but again, I can appreciate it just because of the whole samurai thing. It kind of it gives me that samurai vibe, but everything else looks very nice. I like the unitard on the sleeves. It's really cool. So yeah, this is like very solid design, and I really like kind of like what you said, where the progression is going for this character.
Yeah, like everything. It just feels very complete. Um, I think I'd probably put him in A,
I'd put him in A, but probably bottom A. Honestly,
bottom of
I
A.
don't see it better than the other designs yet. Honestly, I think
Um,
it's mostly because of the color accents. I just like the color accents a lot better than for the other characters than him. Um,
hmm. I think I like his better than Ivy's.
mm,
I think I like his better than Ivy's and Panette's actually. Just because like I don't have anything really to nitpick about this one
ah,
as I do with theirs. But
yeah,
let's see.
it's one of those designs though. I think it could have just been a little bit tad better, but uh, yeah, I think either there or just above Ivy would probably be the best placement for him.
Let's see. We have Rosado. Um, I don't have too much to say about Rosado's design. I do enjoy the arm. I enjoy the
I
arm.
think.
I enjoy the gauntlets. The gauntlets are really
I don't.
cool.
Yeah, I don't mind the gauntlets. I just wish they weren't one color. I wish there was a little bit of his hair color within the armor a little bit.
Uh huh.
Um, I think if there was just like a little mix of like that, what's it called? Like the that color that's like in the bottom of his hair. That's like the very light purplish. If that light purple color was on his armor, like mixed with the like just put in
On a couple of the
the
streaks or
stripes,
something.
yeah, it's like a streak like that would be way better, honestly.
I could see that. I could see that. I don't remember too much about the bottom half of the outfit. For the Flyers, it's a little harder to remember because, well, you don't really ever see their legs. Um,
Unfortunately,
so I'm not crazy about this one. Um, probably put it. I don't know. I don't know. Somewhere in B tier. I think it's better than Hortensia. Um,
definitely.
do I think it's better than Fram?
The bottom half is just
Probably.
more of the same. There's a little bit more purple going on in the bottom half, but not too much to really like change it drastically.
Uh,
I genuinely think I
I think
really like the hair color though on him, and I think that one gives me points enough for me to say that he's better looking than Fogado, honestly. Like
than
just below
Fogado.
Fandom. Yeah,
Hmm.
like the hair color just gives me full points. Honestly, it's just it's very unique. I've never seen that kind of before. Um, so
Cause like
if we're putting midline, I'd probably if we're looking at this objectively, maybe just below Louis.
just below Louis.
Yeah,
Okay. As I don't think there's enough personality in it for me to put it. Cause like starting with Celine is when we really start seeing a lot of personality in these
got it.
outfits.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
And like this one doesn't have enough. All the personality is in the hair. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, yeah. There could have been more personality in the other, and more of its design than just the hair for sure.
Yeah, because it does kind of have that dichotomy going on of cute, but also like warrior esque.
Right.
But it's just like you said, the color. There's not enough. There's not enough,
Yeah.
which is odd to say.
It's
Odd to say. A little too much going on with like
terrible
what they're
for me.
doing with the hair.
Not having enough.
Like I don't like the little horns. Not a fan of that. So like a little if you took a little bit less from the hair and put it towards the rest of the outfit, then
Yeah.
I'm all for it, you know?
Yep.
Gold Mary, I think this is a really good design.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't like the shoulder.
Yeah, this is just
shoulder,
weird.
it's a little too much.
If you like
Um,
made this half as big, I think it's
yeah.
good.
If it looked like the Ulcris shoulder thing, it would be
Uh,
fine. But that's a little too much. Everything else, pretty nice. Though she is the one thing, the similar to Chloe, that's the other issue that we probably should have mentioned, but it's
She's not exposing as much as other characters.
yeah, it's not exposed as much, but definitely could still be
A little
a
more
little bit
covered
more
up. Yeah.
covering the cleavage at least a little bit more. So
Um.
everything else really nice. Really
Yeah.
love the yellow accent with the green accent. Love the things in her hair.
Yeah.
Almost like those hair clips. Almost it looks like, but it's just like the eyes really pop. Hair color is solid. Really like the brown on her, and the white really mixes well with the design as well. So
Yeah. And the sleeves are just thick enough.
yeah, they're just thick enough. Yep.
Thankfully.
They don't go thick to the actual forearm like at
Yeah.
which is weird to me. So yeah, I think design wise, this is like solid A tier to be honest too.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Um.
Probably,
It's somewhere near Kagetsu.
I'd honestly put it below Marin.
Below Marin.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I like her a little bit better than Ivy and Panette, for sure.
I guess that's fair. Let's see. Let's see. Anna. I'm not super crazy about this. Like, it's okay. You know, it works. That's about all I gotta say on this one.
It sucks because it's like we have to almost compare this Anna to the other Annas from the other games.
Right, by principle, right?
By principle. So we're like, does this Anna look distinct enough to you?
Yeah, I don't have any particular feelings on this Anna. She's okay, you know. Her voice is loud and whiny. It reminds me of Ruby. But yeah, I don't have any particular feelings on her. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was like, we lost him.
No, I'm good. I'm sorry. I had to run to the door really quick. But yeah, I think oof. Yeah, there's not too much to say about this one. I do like the white and red, but it's like all Annas have to be red, so it's like
Yeah.
not really distinct enough to like make me think of highly. Solid B, at least better than Hortensia, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably put her somewhere around Fram.
Yeah.
I think their designs are like almost the exact same thing.
Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe I'm more comfortable putting Hortensia in C tier. She just kind of doesn't belong with the other ones. Yeah. Pretty much.
Finally.
You've convinced me.
All right, now we have Lyndon. Mr. Pope. The Pope himself.
He really just looks like the Pope.
He just needs a really tall hat.
Why is the Pope in my Fire Emblem game?
Right. Honestly, if he had a really tall hat, I'd put him in A tier. Like the hats that the sages have in this game. That.
Oh my god, yeah, that sage hat that what's it called? The Merrick had?
Yeah, if he had one of those, instant A tier. Instant A tier. But this, I'd say standard robe. I do really like the design in the middle. I do like the design in the middle.
Man, I can't get this out of my head that he looks like a priest that I should go to a sermon for.
It is definitely. It says a lot about his position when you look at him. I do appreciate that.
Even has like the whole black thing under his thing that makes him even look more like a monk.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to say here. It's just
It's solid.
it's it's a priest design. What do you what do you want me to say? I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say, this is always the kind of character you get late game, which is very funny. Like you always get like the strong sage priest type character late game all the time, all the time. I say like B.
Yeah, this is just low B, I think.
Nothing super standoutish, but not. Oh, E's not on this list either. Wow, whoever made this list really dropped the ball.
Really.
Yeah, nothing offensive,
Low.
but nothing standoutish either. I'd put him
Just below Amber, honestly, I think.
just below Amber. I could see that. Not as much personality in it.
Yep.
I might have myself put it just a tad higher, maybe right around Louis, just because like there's nothing I can complain about.
I honestly can't even say that he looks better than Fram. Kind of thinking Fram could go higher, honestly. Like I feel like Fram almost has like a little bit more personality than a lot of the characters, honestly. But
I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe more personality than Louis.
like the color like exposes that personality a little bit more on Fram, I think. Much more than Anna for sure. I think much more than Amber.
I think a lot of what saves Amber for me is the lower half that we can't see.
Man, yeah, I could see that.
I think he's one of the only few characters where seeing the lower half would like be the difference between where I put him with or without it. There's a lot of these characters you get enough from the upper half.
Yeah, there's a couple characters where if we look at the bottom half of them, just be so much better.
Yeah, like Yunaka, I probably would rank Yunaka lower if I didn't know what her lower half looked like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vale, honestly, I think it's all right. I think
I think the accents are very unique. I definitely have never seen like this combination of colors before. Maybe on a car one time I saw it, but
I think
like a super rally car.
I think Vale hardcore carried by her hair and her eyes.
I do like the white and blue though. I like the whole white and blue thing that's going on here. Like the more of the turquoise color, I think. But I kind of like the accent, honestly. The hair is nice, but I think there's with more going on. I think it's honestly kind of solid combination here. It's hard to rank this one.
Yeah, I wish her outfit looked like more of an outfit and not like she
One
took.
problem with Veil that I'm thinking of is that like the design wants to fit the personality, but it only fits like one side of her personality without going into spoilers, obviously. But it's kind of hard to judge it based off of that.
Yeah, and I don't know what it's supposed to be. You know, it's like what is this? Like, what is this material? I don't know. I don't know what it's.
It looks just like feather design.
Yeah, like she just tore some feathers off some birds. Well, I guess in that case it would show another part of her personality, huh? If she was tearing feathers off. She was tearing feathers off of birds.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the feathery look.
Yeah, it really doesn't fit the character, I think. So I mean.
And then like, what is this belt buckle on her neck?
Yeah, the belt buckle doesn't need to be there. I really like the color accent though. I think if it was on a different character, maybe it'd probably fit better.
I wish Alear had this sort of subtlety though, with the red and white or with the red and blue.
I could see this like on Alear. I could even see this on Marin, honestly.
It's like I wish it was this subtle because this is very subtle. Obviously they're drawing parallels to Alear with the colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Um,
Right above Fran, maybe.
I think that's fair. It's not like these are down here because they're offensive in some way. Or at least in Clan's case, it's so boring that it's offensive.
Yeah.
But this isn't like really offensive. It's just weird.
Yeah. It's just weird.
We have Mavier. I think this sounds pretty good.
It's okay. I think it's just too bulky. It's just too.
I mean,
Cape is a little makes them a little look too bulky. I think.
I think it looks standardish for a knight. I
The
do.
armor is.
Yeah, I do agree that the whatever these cape things are, I think that can probably go.
Yeah.
And it just be a cape in the back, and that's it.
Or make it a side cape like Diamond's.
Something, just do something with it. That's not that.
Yeah. Probably C tier, honestly. I don't really see it.
I don't know about C tier. I mean, the color combinations, like I'm just gonna drop in there for a second, but like the colors work.
Yeah, the colors do work. Yeah, I do agree with that. I actually kind of like purple on an armor, on a male armor.
Yeah, it's like from here down, it's like things have to be dysfunctional in some way. You know what I mean?
Not offensive. Yep.
So somewhere around here, right, either right below Louis or
Right
maybe
below
Rosado.
Louis. I would probably put below Louis. Yeah. Actually, below Rosado. Yeah, below Rosado. For me. Just because Rosado's hair carries a little bit better.
Let's see what we got. We've been on for a while, so we'll skip the emblems.
Yeah. We can always do those next time.
What the?
Who else do we even have left?
Do we?
Oh, we have.
Wait,
Have,
are the other villains not in here?
yeah, we have to go through the other hounds. Bruh. Yeah, I guess they're not. What the heck?
That's crazy. Well. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right, Zephyr. I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of the crescent moon coming out of her head, but I really like the rest of it.
I actually think if the left horn was just as equal as the right, as equal to each other, I wouldn't mind the horns. Just don't make it the whole moon.
Yeah, it is. It's like
If it was
it's,
just equal, fine.
and I actually do like the tassels on it.
Yeah.
I actually do really like those. The blue coming out of it is I think it's pretty good. I mean, if it wasn't there, I don't think it would change much, but it's fine there.
Yeah.
The rest of her design philosophy, I actually do like.
Honestly, too.
You said what?
I think I could do without the gold thing on her head too. Like,
Yeah, and that's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
If it was like a different piece, I don't know what.
If it was just like a crown like Etier's,
Yeah, like a really subtle crown or just like a headband.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I like her design philosophy. It I mean, the villain is almost always going to be much more revealing than everyone else,
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But I think it's fine. Everything in design is fine.
Yeah.
I think.
Eye color is very unique too.
Yeah,
I think
that is
it's
true.
going-
I actually like the things on the side of her face.
Yeah, me too.
I like those there.
Yeah, it makes her look like a villain, but it's not too splashy either.
Yeah. I think I'd put this like high B.
Yeah, hi B. Better than Boucheron, probably.
I'd probably put her above Pandreo too.
I can still say it's better than Alcris, that's for sure.
I don't know if I'd say it's better than Alcrest either.
Yeah.
And then Gris, I think this design's pretty good.
This is
This,
nice.
this design's pretty good.
Little too many rings on his fingers. I think that it was just.
Yeah, that's a little excessive, but like the shoulder piece,
Shoulder piece is nice.
the tattoos.
Thing is really cool.
Yeah, the shoulder,
Yeah.
like the accessories work outside, at least outside of the rings.
Yeah. All the accessories work outside of the rings, honestly. And the bottom half of his design is super solid too.
Yeah.
Like, it is. Yeah, everything went right with this character. Honestly.
Normally, I wouldn't be a fan of like the spikes and the industrial he has there, but dude, I mean, his personality makes it work. Yeah.
Yeah, with this character, it fits so well.
I think this goes somewhere in A.
I think below Gold Mary.
Below Gold Mary. All right, that's fine. I didn't really care where in A as long as it was an A.
Yeah. Solid A design.
Marnie, I don't like Marnie's design. I don't like Marnie's design at all.
I appreciate it, but the hair, man, like
It's like,
I don't.
why are we having curls and like half bangs at the same time?
Who is wearing half bangs that covers the whole side of an eye, the whole side of a face? Like,
I mean,
does that?
I think it's fine in a vacuum, but like she kind of has like this kind of curly wavy hair, and then she's supposed to have this cutesy design. Like if she had half bangs and her whole theme was like dark, she had black hair, she had a more dark vibe to her. I think this would be
Curly hair with, yeah.
it would be fine. But like a lot of things just work against each other way too much.
Yeah, the white doesn't need to be there. Like, if you took away, for me, if you took it away anything, just take away the white, because I think the pink and black is fine. Just the white doesn't need to be there, honestly. If they made this like if they made the white a more dark reddish kind of thing, I think it'd be a lot better, honestly.
And whatever's going on with her head, like whatever this helmet is, I think if you just take the whole thing out and just make her wear a bow, call it a day.
Just keep the bow.
Like the giant bow, I think that's a lot. I think that's good. I like that. It has a lot of personality in it. But the rest of it is like, what is this here? What is it doing here?
And besides that, it's like the armor is really nice. The color accent with the armor is nice. Just take away the white. And I like the bows that I'm pretty sure they're armored because they look very metalish. Like the bows on the arms too.
I wish
Really cool.
I wish they took this off and just made it a bow on her neck. It just made it just straight armor on the chest plate.
Yeah, because that bow specifically on her chest just kind of looks off-putting. It looks.
Yeah, like just make her wear an actual bow right on her neck, and then just that's it. Call it.
Yeah, I can appreciate what they were going for, but it was again just poorly executed.
Yeah. Somewhere down here. Somewhere down here with the rest of the lolly gals. You said what?
Just below Veil and right above Fram.
Just below Veil and right above Fram. I'm fine with that. Do we have the whole picture of Lumera? Yes, we do. Oh, we got a whole portrait here.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Now, I think I could do without. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on here. So if we took out all the extra stuff, like all the frills and the halo, just like the dress itself, I really like.
Yeah.
I really like the dress. The white with like the little frills on it is good, and it sort of blends into this like this sunnish colored yellow and red and orange.
Yep.
I really appreciate that. The
Yeah,
collar,
I like
the collar
the main
popping up
character.
on the jacket is nice. I mean, everything about it. I think it's. I think everything about it is just nice. It's just a few too many
I think the colors are a
things.
little too bright. I think like they're like overall like um there is a good amount of bright colors. I like the hair. The hair color is completely great. It was really great. I think the crowns around. I think the frills just at the bottom half. It's too much. Like it's just
Uh huh.
the colors are a little too splashy. Um,
Yeah, and it wouldn't be as
bottom
overwhelming
bottom
if.
left is fine. I think if you just took the frills, it's better.
Yeah, like
Just put
those
all the frills and
dude,
just better.
the giant frills. If you just got rid of those, like you're good.
Yep.
You're fine. It's just why are those there? Why are those there? Why are these big old things on the side here?
Yeah.
Just chop them off, and this is a much better character design.
This honestly, I think this would have been A tier if it was without the frills.
Yeah, I agree. I think it may have been high A, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah.
because I really like it blending into those bright colors down there. I really like that.
Yeah.
Um, oh
Without
well.
having the frills, I think it has to be B tier.
I'm above Al. No, I can't put it
Oh,
above Alchrist.
at this point, we might as well put Alcris and Etsy at A because
Uh,
it's
like they're kind of like the gatekeepers now,
right. They're the gatekeepers of B.
huh? All right. So Lumera is the top of B tier. Zephyr right below Lumera. They're probably interchangeable. It's probably not that big a deal. S tier. I don't even know. I don't have a particular preference on how these would be ordered. I think Zelkov is probably below these other four, and it doesn't really matter to me. Um, yeah, I think this looks pretty good.
Yeah. And honestly, we can honestly go back to this when we do the rings on the next time. Uh,
Sounds like you got
maybe
some
on the next
opinions
time
about those,
we'll
huh?
also do the yeah, we can do those, and then we can also do the kings and queens
Oh, that's
designs
true.
too next time
It
too.
is very
So
true. All right. Well, we've been on for quite a while, for 2 hours and
yeah,
like 20 minutes. So if anybody
yep,
has watched at any point, thank you very much. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you have your tier list of your own, please go ahead and share them. But yeah, that'll be it. Peace out.
yep.